Well, emus trample crops, they get in there and they do a lot of economic impact.
They will go into agricultural land and they devastate crops.
A lot of people have got out of sheep directly because of wild dogs attacking their sheep.
And then died in large numbers and often quite slowly and painfully.
Emus and wild dogs have long been a problem for farmers in the Esperance region, and they'll often come to a nasty end if they decide to roam farmland. But it looks like an old piece of Australian history could be the key to solving the problem, and to help stop native emus and wild dogs from a quick bullet. The rabbit-proof fence was completed in 1907 and stretches north to south through WA for over 3,000 kilometres. It was originally a failed attempt to keep the rabbit population out of WA, but now it seems it has a new purpose. The State Barrier Fence, as it's now known, looks set for a revamp. A 550-kilometre extension has been proposed, running from the current fence in Ravensthorpe and ending at the coastline near Esperance. It's this extension that Scott Pickering, local Esperance farmer and chairman of the Northern Mallee Declared Species Group, believes will save agriculture in the area.
It's an economic thing you're looking at. I mean, it's your income, and I think the way farmers are struggling a bit around the whole state at the moment. I mean, every time you can save something a lot better. And the long-term emus do a lot of damage, and so do wild dogs. They are feral animals, and that's what we're trying to deal with. All we're trying to do is fence off the farming land of Western Australia, which has got a good economic impact on the whole state.
But not everyone is keen. Not only will the fence stop native emus from migrating, environmentalists are concerned about the impact the construction will have on the Great Western Woodlands. The woodlands is the largest remaining intact Mediterranean habitat in the world. Peter Robertson is the campaign coordinator for the Wilderness Society of WA.
It's a well-documented fact that these fences do have potentially very significant impacts on certain species like emus and cause large numbers of deaths. I don't think anyone who's building this fence really has any real understanding of the population dynamics or the health of the emu population. But having said all that, the primary concern for us, the proposal to build the fence through the southern section of Great Western Woodlands, and that would have resulted in the clearing and destruction of literally thousands and thousands of hectares of beautiful, pristine woodland.
The WA Department of Agriculture is following the proposal closely and supports the fence extension. But with farmers and environmentalists at odds, it's a sticky spot to be in. Viv Reid is the Director of Invasive Species at the Department of Agriculture, and he says the woodlands will be safe.
We in the Department of Agriculture and all the farmers I've spoken to, value highly the Western Woodland. But if the agriculture is going to be protected, then the proposal is to put a fence up so that impact is minimised. And where it's located will be in areas that have been previously rolled for fire control purposes, and we're maximising that. And
Scott Pickering agrees.
What we're trying to do is follow the farming land as close as possible. It's going to put a lot more kilometres on the fence, but the practical way is probably cut a lot more bush off and go through, but you've got to have a bit of a taper. I think you've got to work with environmental groups. You don't want to start knocking down bush for the hell of it. We're not into that, farmers. We're ecologists, whatever you want to call us. We're quite environmentalists. We like things to keep things alive. We like to keep a few trees around. We're not in there just like a bunch of rednecks flattening the whole bush.
An estimate of the cost to extend the fence has been put at about $8.8 million. That's WA taxpayers' money, and Scott believes it's well worth it.
In the big scheme of things, I don't think that's expensive, because it gives people peace of mind, it gives people the opportunity to get back to running sheep if they want to, and it safeguards the economy. By having this fence up, it gives people a bit more security in their farming future.
So with the proposal underway and environmental groups tugging at the sleeves of government, the final decision is yet to be made. But for now, southern farmland in WA might not be the safest place for an emu.